Welcome into Red Empress Tarot. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a reader, and a healer on the twin flame path myself, here to read you a message for your twin flame journey. I believe that if you have found this video and this channel, you've been guided to do so. If you love the content, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the tribe. Make sure that you tap into your intuition. Make sure that you are following your internal guidance. It's really important. And every thumbs up to the video is so valuable. I love every one of you. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get into the reading. Welcome to this week's Twin Flame Torrent reading. For those of you who haven't been into Torrent reading before, it's a twin flame reading for those of you in separation or in challenge. It has no structure. I take whatever spirit brings to me in whatever way it comes. So it could be any divination tool, could just be straight from spirit through my mouth. It just depends on what I get. So we'll get one energy today, and we'll start here in a moment. Let's get some Palo Santo to clear the space. Welcome back to my subscribers. I'm so happy to see you here. Welcome to new people. If you're new, welcome to the community here. I hope that you subscribe and become part of the Twin Flame community that we're building here. They're amazing people, and I feel like we're a lot stronger together. Wow, that's really catching fire, isn't it? So please, here or elsewhere, get to be part of a Twin Flame community. It makes a big difference when you're on this journey, having people around you in some way that really understand you and what you're going through. Okay, lovely smoke, some for me, some for you guys, and that's enough of that. That really went quick, and things are catching. Things are catching. How my Sage or Palo Santo smokes and reacts really says a lot about the reading for me, and it's kind of like a little precursor to what's going to be happening. So I feel like we're going to get really good cards out this reading. At the end of the reading, I am going to pull my new telltale cards. They're all kinds of descriptors that tell you about you and your person. They can be physical details. They can be hobbies, interests, just about anything, emotions, anything about you or your person, likes, dislikes. It really helps you to tap in and say, yes, this is about me. I'll also do zodiac signs and initials. I might even do some charms on this one. I'm kind of feeling charms a little bit. We might even do some of those in the middle. I'm not sure. And at the end of the reading, I'm doing a new thing. I've been doing it for a few readings now. So anyone in the last reading of the same type, so it would be the last Torrent reading for this one, who asked me to draw them a card. At the end, I'm drawing a personal card for each person that asks it. So if you're watching this reading and you asked for a card last time, make sure and stay till the end to hear your little personal mini read. And if you're new, or if you want me to draw you a card next time, be sure and put in the comments here in this video, card please, and in the next Torrent reading, I'll draw you a card. It's the same way for the zodiac readings. If you watch your zodiac readings, at the end, ask me to draw you a card. When I do the Aries reading, I'll look back at the last Aries reading and read those cards. That's just how that works. Okay, same for the mirror message that we do. That's my other big kind of twin flame reading that I do. I do that, yeah, I've been doing it like a couple times a month recently. And when I do like pick a cards or one-offs, I don't do it then because it's not likely that I'll do the same kind of reading every week. But all right, let's go. Spirits, angels, guides, ancestors, protectors, thank you for being with me here today and always. Help me be a clear and accurate channel for messages that come out for the watchers of this video. Let all the messages that come out be for the highest good of all parties involved. Grounding. Protecting. Archangel Michael, surround me with your protection as I surround myself with the bubble of white light protection. All right, let's go. So I'm going to start with tea leaves. I'm seeing those. So let's see what kind of energy we get here. I'm going to sort these into 3 stacks. I find it's easier to traditionally shuffle these than riffle them. Actually, not easier. I find it more effective. I just always feel like I should shuffle them. All right. I'm going to be drawing a new way in this reading. I've been guided to cut instead. It's funny, I go through phases. For a while there, I was guided to fan them and pull them from the fans. Now I'm being guided to cut. And so I'll shuffle so you can see that they're shuffled, but cutting is probably how I'm going to be drawing cards for a little while. I'm just feeling like that. So let's see, for this Twin Flame Collective, what's the first energy that we're getting? Egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. What's the story here? Pig, beware of greed. Axe, forces working against you. Barrel, I keep getting barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Okay. What am I getting from this combination of things here? Okay, so for this twin flame connection, I feel like there's someone around the connection. I don't feel like it's one of the counterparts, but I feel like there's someone around the connection. Could be a karmic partner of some sort. Now, that doesn't have to be romantic. That can be a family member, a coworker, a friend, so-called friend, right? Someone here wants something from someone. There's a greed issue here with a pig. There's someone that is wants more than their fair share of something. Could be money. And this person is actually working against one or both of the counterparts in this connection. It's with barrel here, the barrel's running dry. Like someone is scraping the bottom of the barrel, I feel like financially, because someone has been trying to drain their finances. But what you need to understand with egg here, and this is the first card that came out, is that, look, success is assured. You need to plan ahead with this person. You need to kind of get ahead of this person. If you work hard at changing this dynamic, you can change this dynamic. By June, things might be really looking up. And dog barking. Look, there's a friend that might give you some advice. Someone really loyal to you. There's someone else around you or your person that is very loyal to you that's going to be giving you some advice on how to kind of counteract this I'm hearing hemorrhaging money. And by June, I know that seems like a long way off. But I feel like it's going to be completely resolved by then. Also, it may have started in the summertime, like this person actively kind of draining your finances, or maybe trying to hide money from you, trying to steal money from you, something. It may have happened in the summertime. Sun, look, happiness and well-being. It's going to get better. Okay, I'm feeling by summertime this is going to be better. A chain of events that is affecting your life here. And from now, between now and June, I feel like there was going to be a really significant chain of events that's going to bring about happiness for you. This is just one of those things that you have to learn from. This is a lesson dealing with this kind of greedy person. Frying pan, trouble, accusations. This person might be making accusations against you to deflect, or your person, this karmic person may be trying to accuse you of something to deflect from their own actions. You know, a lot of times, especially if it's a narcissistic type of person, they will They will accuse you of exactly what they're doing to make it look, to deflect interest from them so they can kind of fly under the radar. With August here, I'm not really seeing August in that card though. Hold on. A goal-oriented target. Yeah. Look, one of the counterparts in this twin flame connection is a target of a karmic person. And I know it says August, but I'm really seeing a moon-sun combination. Whenever I see this, it's the moon, but it's golden. So like it's a transition to me. So it feels, this card always feels like, look, something's hidden right now. It's a bit cloudy. You can't really see exactly what's happening with this person. And so it's hard to stop the hemorrhaging, right, when you can't find the source of the bleeding. But I do feel like the sun is going to come out in this situation, and we have the sun here. So it's not going to stay hidden for long. It's getting better. There's a chain of events here about to happen. And it really does, like this dog barking is kind of central here. There's a friend that's going to help you. That someone is going to give you some really good advice. And I mean, they're protecting you. This person is protecting you. If a friend offers you advice in this situation, I would listen. You might dismiss it at first. There's someone around you that is loyal to you and they're trying to help you. Let them help you. Don't let ego get in your way, pride get in your way. That's one of the biggest lessons that we have to learn in the twin flame journey, is that ego and pride, they have their place. But when they become a block in your life, you have to learn to set those aside. Okay. All right, let's see what else we're getting here. So we see a karmic situation here. The loss of finances, money, something like that. Let's see what else we get. I'm feeling I really want to draw a couple of archetype cards for this karmic person. I want to hear more about the karmic person. And remember, again, we're not just like slamming, your twin flames relationship or something. It's not about that. This is about someone that's in your life, and the experience of being in a relationship with them is really teaching one of the counterparts, or maybe both of the counterparts, something. Karmics have their job, as unpleasant as it may be sometimes. They have their job. Okay. So this karmic, we have the mystic, we have the seed, and we have the temple. Let me see what I get from this. This karmic is using spirituality. And they could be doing it in a dark way. The mystic card, I don't usually get dark from it, but with the seed card with it, it makes me feel like this karmic plants a seed really deep. And they have the patience to watch it grow. And with the temple and the mystic here, both, these are very spiritual cards. It makes me feel like there is a karmic person that's actually using some kind of spirituality. They may be very intuitive themselves. Sorry, I'm covering my mouth. Why am I doing that? I'm sitting here with my mouth covered talking to you on the microphone. It's almost like it's the seed card. Look at the seed. Okay, it's a hidden thing. It's a hidden thing. So, the story of the princess and the pea is coming into my head, where to prove that this person was a princess, they stuck a pea way down in the bottom of like 10 mattresses, and only a princess could really feel that, and it's so ridiculous, right? But there's something about something hidden here, something so small, a kernel of doubt that's been placed and nurtured and let grow by this karmic. And I feel them using maybe some dark spirituality to, and I feel like there's the seed that they planted a long time ago. This is someone that's doing a long con. If you guys aren't familiar with a long con, it's when, okay, I was watching the movie the other day, and there's a reason it came up, so I'm going to back up just a little bit. What movie did we go see? I can't remember, but they were talking about cons, and we all know the term con man, right? But not everyone knows that con comes from confidence. And to con someone is to gain someone's confidence. It's to become a mole in their life and get them to really trust you. It's a trust game. It's a long trust game. So there's this seed that was planted probably a long time ago. This karmic's been around for a long time, or a while. And they planted seeds in different places in order to pull on them later. So they're able, they planted these seeds back when, right? It could be years ago, months or years ago. And now they're finding the times where they pull those seeds forward, and it's like they planted this seed of doubt in you or in your person. And now they're like, oh, remember this happened, years ago. And it's a long con. It's a way of confusing someone, because you have these details that you can help this person recall, and it gives them a false sense of what's actually happening in their life, in their world, in their relationships with others. This person is very good at it. And I feel some dark spirituality here. I'm gonna get a Mystic Moon card. I don't like to focus too much on the karmic, generally because, the twin flame relationship is not about the karmic so much. It's about the divine masculine and the divine feminine and their respective journeys, and where they come together. And the karmic is almost a tool, you guys. I mean, they're a person, but it's almost like a tool to help you learn something. The relationship is a tool, not the person. The person's a person. They're a real person too. Okay, we've got Spirit of the Moon, cycles, visions, and dreams. Spirit of the Moon, it's about things hidden. The seed is hidden, and this person has hidden it very well. There's some really subversive energy here. This person is very, very good at manipulating. They're very, very good. And I think it's important to understand what's happening here. Not so much, I mean, if you're one counterpart and it's your other counterpart's karmic, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to let your person resolve their own karmic issues, right? But it's good to understand what's happening. Sometimes when you understand it, it's easier to hold back. When you don't understand it, you want to rush in and help, I think, more. When you understand what's happening, maybe you can give your person more space. Like, you got to trust your person. You have to, and I think that's trust. Trust is a big part of this reading. There is this need to trust your person to resolve what they need to resolve. Spirit of the crystal ball, future predictions, divination. There's another, it goes with the mystic and the temple here. I think everybody in this connection is somehow spiritual. And I don't mean that as in we all identify as spiritual. I mean, I think the two divine counterparts and this karmic person all have their own areas of power. And I think your person is just starting to discover theirs. I feel like it's been hidden. Again, with this seed, this is kind of a multi-layered card here. I'm seeing different things in it. I'm seeing your person, their power was like not sprouted, like a seed that hadn't been sprouted yet. Like they had their power within them, and they're just starting to see that potential. Spirit of the elephant, community, social companionship. Elephants. Elephants live a long time. Again, I'm getting a longevity thing. And they don't forget. This karmic person has that memory of an elephant, honestly. They pull on strings from the past in order to manipulate the present. Spirit of the mermaids. I think they're very good at, I think this karmic is very good at appearing vulnerable, loving, caring, but I also feel like it's a con, a long con. And even that part of themselves, that vulnerable, loving, caring part of themselves, I feel like that's part of the con. Spirit of the past, nostalgic, old flame. I'm feeling like this pertains to the twin flame relationship because we have 3 people involved here. We have our 2 divine counterparts, our masculine and our feminine, and we have a karmic. And I feel like one of the counterparts is considered right now part of the past. And I feel like the karmic is actively trying to keep them that way. It's like we've put them in the past. And every time maybe they come up, it's like this karmic, I feel like they're very good at tempering the situation so they stay in the past so they don't really fully come up again. Spirit of the light, awakening, new dawn and beginnings. But look, the divine counterpart that's been kept hidden with Spirit of the moon here is waking up. They're starting to see their power. They're starting to understand, I think, what's happening here. I think they're starting to see the con for what it is. Spirit of the witch, magic, psychic, sorcery. Someone's been using some dark crap. And I know not everyone wants to believe in that, and I usually don't want to believe in dark stuff myself, but it's a real thing. You know, and it's so unbalanced here. So look at how, and I don't always do this, but look how really nicely balanced the spread is here. And this last card that I picked, sorcery, Spirit of the witch, is off balance. It throws everything off balance. I feel like this karmic could be into some dark magic stuff, and I feel like she's very good at throwing everything off balance. There's nowhere you can put this where it's going to be balanced. Just, she's very good at throwing everything off balance and hiding it. And I'm saying she, I do feel like it's probably a female person, but take it as it resonates for you. Doesn't have to be. Give me a card for the divine masculine here. So I feel like these three archetype cards are for the karmic person, and everything's kind of revolving around this karmic person. They're pulling strings, manipulating, orchestrating, right? And this series of events that's happening with this karmic is waking up the person that they are in relationship with, whether it's romantic, family, whatever. This person is waking up. They're starting to see it. Give me a card for the divine masculine in this situation, please. Card for the divine masculine in this situation. We've got the kiss. So what I see here is the divine masculine holding on to the divine feminine. That's always what I get with this card. It's the counterparts holding on to each other. It's a loose grip, right? It's not gripping. It's gently holding on to my person, even though there's this moon surrounding most of the relationship, right? Most of it, I don't think the other person knows that they're holding on, but energetically there's this hand holding going on with the divine masculine. They're not letting go of their feminine, even though this stuff is happening. Give me one card, please, for the divine feminine. Give me a card for the divine feminine. The Father. This is about It's about roots. It's about longevity. And you see the one coin here, it feels like an Ace of Pentacles. And you've got that on one side, and you've got a star on the other side. So if you were to combine the Ace of Pentacles and the star, you have this wish fulfillment for a solid new beginning. The Divine Feminine has this real desire to have the solid new beginning with the Divine Masculine in this energy. And I know that that's not true for all twin flame energies that come up. Some people do not want to come into romantic union with their twin flame, and that's totally cool. Not everyone is there. For the energy I'm picking up for, I believe it's true because of this card for the Divine Feminine and this card for the Divine Masculine. There's a holding on energy, and there is this knowing. It's like the Divine Feminine has built these really beautiful roots and has become very balanced in her dark and light, is weaving this possibility, I guess, that what she wants, this wish fulfillment of this new beginning, it could happen. It's like making a nest, preparing for it. This is preparation on the Divine Feminine side. Holding on Divine Masculine, preparation, and knowing on the Divine Feminine side. I feel like the Masculine doesn't know as much with the Moon here. I feel like a lot of the relationship, the 3D stuff, is very hidden from the Masculine. But I think energetically he knows where he belongs. He knows who he belongs with. He knows what he really wants. But there's a lot muddying the waters here with this karmic person, throwing everything off balance constantly and for years, like probably years. It could be months, but it's probably years. Tell us what we need to know about this situation. I'm going to grab this deck. It's one of my newer decks. I haven't used it a whole lot, but I'm really seeing it. Tell us what we need to know about the situation. The Dragon's Duel, inner conflict, conscious choice, morality. So I feel like so I got these two dragons here, and they're basically dueling in front of a moon. So there's this energetic kind of battle going on. There's not rest in this situation. If you think that your counterpart, or you feel like in your situation, this situation with the karmic is at rest and there's like contentment and happiness here, no, it's inner conflict. There's not rest here. There's a battle going on. There's an energetic battle going on. If it's not a 5D battle, 3D battle. It could be both. This masculine, I think, is really battling and getting ready to make a conscious choice. I think the masculine sees this karmic as someone they have to defend themselves from now. I think they're starting to really see that because there's two dragons battling. I think it's a masculine energy, and with the blue and the purple here, I'm getting like the masculine and the karmic here hanging on. So I'm getting this blue dragon as the masculine up here, and I know stereotype colors, right? Don't get me for that, but I have to tell you what I hear. So I'm getting this masculine up here trying to free themselves, and this karmic hanging on, intertwining themselves for dear life. And it's like it's a battle. This masculine wants to do the right thing, and I think they're starting to understand what the right thing really is. Another card here. What else do we need to know about this situation? There's a definite shift in energy here. There is a battle going on between, I feel like the masculine and the karmic here. There is a waking up in this situation. There is an understanding of what's really happening. And really the seed here is at the center. These seeds that the karmic had planted. It's like the masculine is waking up to the fact that they exist now. They didn't even know that they existed. They were hidden there. This karmic does not want to give up their hold. They're really intertwining themselves in any way they can to keep their hold. Whoa, that's a lot. Let's just take the one. All right, 2. The Metal King, discipline, armor, and boundaries. Yeah, this masculine, he's in battle and he's putting on armor against this karmic. And he knows that he needs to now, and he's setting boundaries with this person. Queen of the Light, illumination, enlightenment, celebration. Look, there's going to be some major illumination in this situation. Everything is coming to light, is what I'm seeing. Everything that's been happening in the dark is coming to light. And it's going to end with celebration here for this divine counterpart couple. What else do we need to know about this? I'm going to get that Oracle of the 7 energies and see what we get from there. What else do we need to know about this situation? I know this won't resonate for everyone. Not everyone has this kind of a situation going on, but for those of you that do, the message is important. There's some reason you need to know. A powerful move is being made right now. A powerful move is being made. Changes are happening. Shifts are happening. I feel like this masculine is making the powerful move here. And he's been kind of locked in battle with this karmic. I don't think it's just energetic battle anymore. We've got divine matrix. Yeah, there is definitely... The masculine, I feel like, is coming to an understanding about the divine matrix. And what I mean by that is the illusions that we live under. The illusions set forth by the karmic. I feel like the veil is kind of being ripped away here, and the masculine is seeing what's really happening, what's real. A beautiful uncaging. This masculine is coming out of this cage that the karmic had set up for them. And maybe that they had set it for themselves. I'm feeling the energy of like not wanting to see the truth. But I mean, this masculine's coming out of the matrix, right? Yeah. Coming out of the illusions. Beautiful uncaging. Getting free of this cage. And then we've got birds of a feather. Understanding who they're like and who they're not. You know, you have to understand who you are. Let me get that close enough so you can really see it. You have to understand who you are to understand who your people are. Truly. When you don't know yourself, when you don't know your power, when you don't know your capabilities, the people that you surround yourself are probably not going to be the people ultimately you're going to feel happy with, you're going to feel like are your soul family. I feel like this masculine is starting to understand who his soul family really is. You know, the divine feminine is definitely the key person in the divine masculine soul family, but there are 4 birds here. They're not just 2. So it's not just the divine counterpart, but understanding like all of the people that you surround yourself, whether they're good for your soul or not. There's starting to be this real understanding of that. And then we have healing the heart. Look at that. After a period of confusion, of being trapped and caged in illusions, really painful cycles, it's time for healing on both sides here. That's really beautiful. Okay, I want some charms now. I want to see what I get just from the charms. I'm feeling a really quiet, reverent energy right now. I'm not a quiet person, guys. Those of you that don't know me, I am not the quietest human. However, I'm feeling a very... with this healing of the heart too, I guess, when this came out, I feel very peaceful with it. there's this feeling of peace that hasn't been there, I think, especially in this masculine's life, but maybe in the lives of all three of these people. This is karmic having to orchestrate all of this stuff. And over years, I mean, that's got to be exhausting. It's time for a rest for everybody. Maybe for this karmic too. You know, again, karmics are real people. And, you know, they have their purpose. They serve their purpose. And it's not only the divine counterpart that learns, it's the karmic person too. You know, sometimes the karmic person is a divine counterpart. And when I say that, understand that I don't believe in the rarity of twin flames that a lot of people believe in. I actually believe that we're all twin flames. I don't like the elite view of it or the exclusivity that some people try and place on it at all. I believe that we are all capable of everything the other person on the planet is capable of. I think that when you're in the right place in your soul journey, right, you've learned enough lessons, you've healed enough, you've expanded to a certain degree in your soul journey over lifetimes, you wake up to the ability to recognize your twin flame. And until you're at that point, even though you do have a twin flame, you can't even recognize them. You don't even know it exists. I feel like that's why a lot of people don't believe in twin flames, is because it's not in their reality yet. They're still in the matrix. And I think that everyone will come to that point eventually where they do recognize their person. Now, I don't believe everyone's going to come into romantic union or some crazy thing like that. I believe that free will exists and we're all going to always make our own choices, and everything exists for us to expand and grow and explore. But yeah, I mean, the karmic doesn't have to be this big evil. It really doesn't. Sometimes they do some pretty nasty stuff, I'll admit. And sometimes the divine counterparts do some nasty stuff too. I mean, we're all capable of good, bad, ugly, great. It's the karmics kind of get the bad end of the stick sometimes. And sometimes it's pretty well deserved. But they are still people. So that's something to remember. They've got their own soul journey that they're on, and hopefully they're learning as the divine counterparts here are learning. Okay. Charms. Okay, I'm just gonna pull my board over. Right, y'all. I think I'm just gonna dust on my board, sorry. Okay. What are we getting for this twin flame connection? Okay, I feel like that's good. Let's see what we got. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of leave them where they are, just a little bit, spread them out slightly, and just make sure they're facing up. I don't like to turn them upside down, but I'm gonna make sure they're facing up. Where they land and what they land with is usually kind of important to me. Okay. Then we've got the little piece of sage stick. Okay. Look, there's a painful cycle that's been happening for this divine counterpart couple that has kept a transformation from happening naturally. That, you know, transformations happen naturally as we learn. And I feel like this karmic really keeping this divine masculine in the dark. I mean, purposely keeping in the dark for like a long time on end. It delayed the natural transformation that they should have undergone. And it just, like, the more they delayed it, I have two horrible pinchy things here. And that's always, I've got it's like a lobster and a scorpion, I think. But they're the most painful things that I have in here. And it's like, the more that the karmic squeezed this person, the more that they kind of slip through their fingers, but imagine the pain of that. Like, changing the shape of, I get the feeling, I mean, if you get one of those squishy balls, right, and you squish it in your hand and it kind of squeezes out through your hand and you've totally changed the shape. Well, if that was a person, imagine the pain involved in that. And you know, that's kind of their soul in there. And I feel like this karmic had kind of a hold on this divine masculine soul. And the more that they held on, the more painful the cycle got. And I feel like there's a couple of cycles here too. I mean, it should have just been one cycle. You learn your lesson, you naturally evolve. But here, this dark stuff that this person was involved with kept it longer. It lengthened it. It made it like where a cycle should have ended and a new one picked up, and it was more painful. I just see that the natural progression didn't happen because, and the masculine just couldn't see what happened. I mean, I got the teacher here upside down. It's like they didn't learn their lesson to come to the peace that they needed to come to. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, it's a belt buckle. It's like squeezing, tightening, 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 and lightening. It kept hurting, and it's like when you're in a relationship with someone that you know is bad for you, but you've got some kind of an addiction issue, and whether it's codependency or sexual addiction or whatever it is with the person, or you're just afraid to be without them, or, you know, and you just, no matter how hard they hurt you, how much the relationship hurts, you don't leave it. It's a very abusive cycle. You know, it reminds me very much, I don't know if there was physical abuse here, there could have been, but it reminds, and you know, I'll talk about that in a minute. It reminds me of that cycle of a physically abusive relationship where, I mean, the woman has to be dead or in the hospital before she leaves the man. And what I wanted to say is, you know, typically that's what we see because men typically are physically stronger. However, it's not always the case. And it doesn't always have to be that way. It can be reversed too. So you can have a male-bodied person being bullied or abused by a female-bodied person, or it can be same-sex people, or there's all kinds of different configurations here. I'm feeling such a pattern of abuse here over time, and cycles. Like, I feel like this masculine left and came back, no matter how painful it was for some reason. Maybe it's kids. For someone out there, it could be that they had a child with this person and didn't want to leave this person in charge of the child alone. Like, you know, are they going to abuse them? And that's a valid concern. I feel like this karmic person isolated the masculine. Here, I've got... The reason I'm telling you that is I've got the headphones here with the telephone in reverse, the telephone upside down, and it's like, it's like this energy of isolating someone, and that's another abusive tactic. So I'm really getting an abusive vibe from this pile. So whoever has gone through this, I am so sorry. But we know that when you have an abuser, if you have a certain type of abuser, they actually cut their partner off from contact with friends and family. They monitor all of their conversations and calls. This is someone that will go through your phone to make sure that you're not saying anything they don't want you to say. They have to be present while you're talking to people. You know, you're not allowed to go and visit people on your own, kind of thing. And they could couch it in such a way as that they just don't want to be left out. But it's really a control factor. There's a lot of control here. A lot of control. There's something about a car here. I feel like there was an incident recently with a car, and I feel like it was a near-death experience for someone. I feel like there was either like a drunk driving, Or someone was in an accident and maybe they hit a pedestrian or they hit another car. I feel like maybe someone had a real close call, like they could have died real easily in this one. If this isn't resonating, this just isn't your reading. And, you know, you can go ahead and listen because there may still be messages for you, but this is for someone kind of specific. I also feel like there may have been an attempt by this karmic person to cover up what happened, like try and say that their person wasn't guilty here, where in fact I'm getting an image of arguing in a car and like not paying attention and someone getting injured because of an argument maybe, or an anger issue or frustration issue. For someone, the karmic could have taken the masculine's car and did this and tried to get the masculine to cover up something that happened. It sounds very TV movie, guys. I don't like this whole storyline, but I'm going to tell you what I see. I do feel like the masculine did the right thing here, though. I think that the right thing is important to this person, and I feel like the karmic tried to slow down the process of doing the right thing, but I feel like the masculine did the right thing here. I think they climbed out of this hole that the karmic tried to put them in with this. And I think when they did it quickly. They didn't hedge about it. When they made the decision to come forward about this thing, they did it. This little piece of the message is not going to be for everyone that this reading is for, too. That particular piece about the car, that's for someone. It's probably for one person out there. But the abuse, overall, isolating thing, that is for whoever this reading is for. Okay? All right, let's get some more cards here. I'm going to pick up these chimes. I don't want to make this too much longer. I feel like we're getting the idea of what's happening here. I want to see some outcomes. I want the energy oracle. What else do we need to know about this situation? What do we need to know about where this is headed now? What do we need to know about where this is headed now? The path that it's on now. The near future of this triangle. I don't know whether it was on Facebook or Instagram the other day, but I heard the word fucktangular. Fucktangular. Okay, I know that that's not a good word, but it was used to describe a triangle of people that is a complete hot mess, just in every way possible, and I'm seeing that here. So, this is your fucktangular reading. No place like home. What was I saying? This card, I always feel like it's an abusive situation where one person has isolated the other. I'm shocked that this came out. Well, I mean, I'm not shocked, but this is the isolation card. This is you're isolated in your home away from other people. This karmic wanted to keep this masculine all to themselves. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. So what's happening with that, though? Okay, I'm seeing the door opening, though. I've never noticed this in this card before. Look at there. There's this light shining out. There's light shining out from this, though. I feel like this situation is ending. There's a moon in the background, and the moon is a spiral. It's like a spiral path. It's been, it's not been a straight line, this journey with this karmic. It's been a spiral, like cycle, 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 like I was saying. I'm really seeing the spiral there. With hope at the end. With hope at the end. Tell me what we need to know about the near future of this connection. I feel like I want to know the near future. Fork in the road. Yeah. I feel like right now someone is making the choice to change this. With fork in the road. There's a crossroads. There is an opportunity to get out of this cycle right now. Let's see. Tell me one more about this. Give me one more card. that fork in the road. Tell me about the fork in the road. New life. Look at this. Time for a new life. New life. Yes. This masculine is taking the crossroads in the other direction, out of the isolation, and ready for a new life. That's really beautiful. Really beautiful. Okay, we got the energy here. I want to get some of the telltale cards to give us descriptors of the people in this connection here. Now, we're talking about the divine masculine and divine feminine in a karmic person. So the I can't talk. The telltale cards that come out could be about any of those three people because they've been so prominent in this reading. So usually it's just the divine masculine, divine feminine that's prominent, but the karmic was quite prominent here. So I feel like descriptors about them could come out too, just as easily. Let me just put these away. I'm really grateful for these decks. I just want to call out about these decks. So this is the Wild Unknown Oracle, and I'm sorry I don't know the author right now. I keep my boxes put away. But the Wild Unknown Oracle. This deck particularly is Mystic Moon. She's a reader. She was the first reader that I ever found on YouTube. First twin flame reader, or reader at all, that I learned, and I'm incredibly grateful for her as a human being for helping me on my own journey. So Mystic Moon is really important to me, and I love this deck. I use it quite a bit. And then Colette Baron Reed, Wisdom of the Oracle, and this is also her deck too that we used. And I'm sorry I don't know the name of it. Wait, I've got the book. It's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. So, kind of connected decks. Okay. Alright, let's get the telltale cards out. I've got hundreds of cards in here of all kinds of descriptors. Their locations, their physical descriptions, preferences, likes, dislikes, jobs, all kinds of stuff in here. Now remember, not all of these have to resonate for you. It literally, if a couple of them resonate for you, that's what it's about. If a bunch of them do, that's great. But we have so many people watching these readings. They are collective readings. And we have people on similar paths, similar journeys. So these are for multiple people, okay? I just want you to keep that in mind. The same with the zodiacs and with the letter charms we get at the end. Okay. Someone here is forgetful. Someone loves horses. They may have horses. Horse lover. Someone is definitely an environmentalist into reducing, I'm hearing reducing your carbon footprint, recycling, that kind of thing, trying to be more sustainable. I mean, a lot of us are like that these days, but this person is really maybe currently making an effort to be more environmentally friendly to the planet. Always learning, okay? So someone here has insatiable desire to learn. One of those people that'll be learning until their last breath, you know. Walking, someone likes to take walks. Maybe that's their chief form of exercise, or they like to walk in nature. I'm hearing nature walks, trail walks, stuff like that. Someone has a university or college education. Someone in this reading is unconventionally attractive. So they may be attractive, but there's something about them that's slightly different that makes them even more attractive than just a very conventionally attractive person. There's just something about them that's unique and special. Probably physically, I mean, as well as their spirit. Someone here is average height. Someone loves kissing. great. Maybe how they best show intimacy, like that really sweet intimacy. Someone is keeping tabs on the other person or people, social media. Someone is very strategic. They have a strategic way of thinking. Someone does something for public safety. That's interesting. So there's someone here in this connection that their job involves keeping people safe in some way. And that could be so many things. Doesn't necessarily mean firefighter or police, although it could be, but their job keeps the public safe somehow. It's their job to make sure. Okay. Fast food on the fly. Someone enjoys a lot of fast food. Maybe they're really busy. South America. Someone could have some kind of tie to South America. They could have business dealings there, heritage there. Someone is sensitive. Someone's a bit messy. Okay. Hangry. There is someone here that if they don't eat, they get very annoyed. Like grumpy if they don't eat. Maybe they get low blood sugar or something. Multilingual. Someone knows more than one language. Loves language. Someone likes to eat at chain restaurants a lot. They'll do that over a mom and pop. I feel like that goes with the fast food on the fly person. Someone is very driven, very goal-oriented and focused on achieving something. Sometimes moody. Goes with sensitive, I feel like. Strong political views. So someone definitely is not apolitical. They're really vehement about what they feel politically. Squarish face. Okay. I have a squarish face. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have a chiseled jawline. It's just the general shape of your face. Government work. Again, we saw public safety government work. Someone could work for like a company that's owned by the government, or you could literally work for the county or the state or the country or something. Light hair. Someone has light hair. I'm going to get a few more because we have 3 people here. So we're describing several people. I just want a few more. Someone is dominant. Okay, dominant in their personality. That could be in a sexual way. That could just be generally. Someone is a suburbanite. They grew up or live in the suburbs. Not a country person, not a city person. Wow. Too many of these. I'm sorry, I dropped some on the floor. So the ones I drop on the floor, I always feel like are like, pay attention to me. Okay, what do we got? So, okay, we got submissive. So we got dominant and we got submissive. So it definitely feels like there could be someone with a DS connection here. If you don't know what that is, that's not for you. Someone could have Mexico. Maybe you going to Mexico on vacation, have gone there. Maybe you have family there. Maybe you grew up there. Heritage, something. Dealings there, business dealings. Oh gosh, that's way too many. I just want 1 or 2. Someone is an investor. Someone is making investments, financial investments. I'm going to get 3 more. Someone's very laid back, go with the flow. So we've got someone here that's very driven and someone that's very laid back. So we've got, and we've also got dominant and submissive. So 2 of the people here are very opposite, but complementary. Those people can be complementary. Intense. Okay, so we've got driven, dominant, and intense someone, and then someone is more submissive and laid back. Okay. And I feel like the other person is that moody and sensitive person. Okay, so I'm seeing a pattern here, and I don't want to. So we have 3 people we're talking about. One of them is driven, dominant, and intense. One of them is sensitive, sometimes moody. They can maybe also be intense. And another person here is more submissive and laid back. And submissive could also go with sensitive too. So, but there's this definite feeling of the people coming out. Single is a Pringle. Okay, someone is quite single. Maybe they were in this karmic relationship and they're getting single now too. I'm kind of hearing that. Could be that both of the counterparts here, or maybe they're all single as a Pringle now. Maybe they're all single. That's interesting. I get that as a cornerstone here. I mean, it's a corner of the whole reading. So I kind of feel like it maybe applies to everyone here. This last one. Okay. All right, let's get zodiacs. Let's see what zodiacs we might be dealing with. You don't have to identify with all of them. I'm going to pick a few. I'm going to pick 3. And they could be for any other people here. That one just came out. Okay. So we've got what flew out with Gemini. And then we've got Cancer. And then we've got Libra. Okay, so we've got 2 air signs and a water sign here. So any of the people in this connection could have those in high placements in their chart somewhere. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. 5th house could be there. Could be North Node as well. That's also important in twin flame connections. I don't put too much stress on zodiac signs in a tarot reading. It's nice to combine those things, but you have to remember that the cards, even though we can link every card in the tarot just to a house, you know, or to a placement, a zodiac placement. I should say sign, but anyway, I'm getting confused. Even though we can do that, it's about the energy that comes out in the card, not so much about the zodiac sign. So I don't like to call those out too much because I think it muddies the waters and confuses things. I read to get the message from the card and the energy from the card, not necessarily the zodiac. If I see something, if I hear it, I'll call it out, but I don't just call it out all the time because I just think it confuses you more than you need to be. Okay, we didn't get very many letters. Let's see what we got. We got a Y and a V. I'm hearing the name Evie. We got P. We got C. H. Does someone do Publishers Clearinghouse? Do they enter that contest? R. M. G. A. R again. So we got double R's. And L. So I'm seeing Carmel. If someone has a connection to Carmel, California, it's a city in California. It's kind of an artsy community. It's also a beach town. I'm also seeing caramel, or some people say caramel. I say caramel. Someone might really like caramel. I'm seeing grandma's house. Is someone taking care of their grandmother, or maybe they recently had an inheritance from a grandmother, or they've been thinking heavily about them. Maybe it's their birthday or something like that. I'm getting a grandma vibe somehow. I'm also seeing camel. Has someone ridden a camel? Actually ridden a camel? I don't know. I'm seeing grrr. Someone might be frustrated right now in some different ways. I'm not going to get into that. First name, last name, middle initial, nickname. I'm seeing Kramer. Specifically seeing it from, I'm actually not, I have some of the letters here, but I'm actually seeing Kramer from Seinfeld, and that's why I got the name. but someone might have that name somewhere. Someone might be from Virginia. I'm seeing the last name Vargas. I just pulled on my ear when I said that. I don't know what that means, but right when I said that, I pulled on my ear. There's something about, it sounds like Vargas. It sounds like Vargas. So someone might have a last name that sounds a bit like Vargas, but isn't exactly that. It could be a first name too. Could be an affiliation, a job, a place of work. pH. Someone have a pool, and I mean, this is not the time of year to adjust your pH in your pool, or it could be that someone is drinking like seltzer water to adjust the pH in their body, or they're interested in the pH in their body right now. Again, car. There's something about a car incident that happened for someone that's very distinct. It could be that you actually lost the car too, like it was totaled. Maybe. Maybe not. Someone is curvy. I'm seeing that for sure. So there's someone that's got a little extra junk in the trunk or different places. That's good. I'm not saying fat, I'm saying curvy, and there are a lot of different definitions there, so I don't want anyone to take it as something negative. It doesn't have to be negative, but Carly, I'm seeing Carly. I'm actually seeing Carly. I'm also seeing Karma. Karma. Someone is, and I know that's a C and not a K, but I'm still seeing it. I'm seeing Mary. I actually see Mary, and I see Marley here, both. Marvel. So did someone go see the new movie, The Eternals? I don't know if that's DC or Marvel. Don't get on me about that. I never know which one is which, but I love both, so I don't bother differentiating. Someone might have gone to see the Eternals movie, or they're planning to. Margot too. Man, there's a lot of MAR names. Margot, Marge, Margie, it's something that maybe sounds like that too. Maybe something that sounds like Margaret. It's not quite, or one of those names. Margaret, and it's like a Diary of Anne Frank name, right? Margaret. Lyra, this is not how you spell it, I understand, but someone may be dealing in Lyra, like maybe in their business dealings. I know someone might have just like paid for a really nice CV or resume. You're seeing CV. Caves also might. Does someone do cave diving? It's called spelunking, right? Does someone do that? Or are you planning on doing that? That terrifies me. Just out of the blue. It might be really fun. I don't know. I recently discovered that I absolutely love snorkeling. I was terrified of snorkeling before I went, and now I think it's like the most fun thing I've ever done with some clothes on. It was really, really fun. And I can hardly wait to go again. Carell too. Did someone just recently watch a Steve Carell movie? Steve Carell. What's the one? I'm seeing him in the one where he was he Noah building the ark? You know what I mean. Steve could be a name too. I'm seeing Vance. I'm seeing the name Vance or Vince. I'm seeing Muhammad. Maybe someone is Islamic or follows Muhammad, or maybe that actually have that name in their family, or maybe a good friend or something, Muhammad. I'm also seeing Pyle, Pyle, as a last name. Gypsy too. Someone might have Romany blood, like gypsy blood. Or maybe people just call you a gypsy because you're a tarot reader or something like that. I know when I was a little kid, I dressed up as a gypsy for Halloween a bunch of times because it was an easy costume to make out of what we had around the house. And it was funny to become a tarot reader later on. Some foreshadowing there. Though I don't have any blood relation to that group of people. I'm seeing hairbow, like is it Harbo, Harbo, but they're the little gummy things, like gummy bears. Does someone like gummy bears? Or gummy worms? Or the sour ones? I'm seeing the sour ones. Carp, does someone fish too? I'm seeing carp. Carp. Someone also, carpe diem, someone might know Latin, or maybe that's their favorite little phrase is carpe diem. I'm going to pull this off. Just remember, from these letters, you can make names. I don't want to pull out too many names. I feel like you'll know the initials of you and your person, or maybe the karmic person here. All right, that wraps up this mirror message. That wraps up. All right, that wraps up this Twin Flame Torrent message. Make sure and put in the comments if you'd like me to draw you a card. I'm going to do the individual card readings in just a moment. Thank you everyone for being here. If you're staying for the card readings, thank you so much. Love you guys. And I'll see y'all next time. Those of you who are staying, I'll see you shortly. All right, here are our individual card pulls. So from the last Torrent reading, I'm checking out who asked for a card, and the first person is Jackie Joe. So let's start with you, Jackie Joe. So we're pulling a card for Jackie Joe. I'm just going to clear the energy a bit. Pulling a card for Jackie Joe. What does she need to know right now? What will be for her highest good? What does she need to know right now? What will be for her highest good? I had a couple of people recently ask a specific question. And on the card pull, I'm just taking whatever comes out. I'm not asking any questions. If you like a private reading, I am totally available for that. I actually have lots of space right now. Usually I'm kind of booked through. But I do have lots of openings. So if you want a private reading, check out my website. The information is at the beginning and the end of the video, as well as in the description. There's a link. So you can go check out what I have available for you there, so we can get a really in-depth reading for you. All right. The turnaround time on those is usually just a few days when I'm not booked out. It's usually within a week, but right now it's pretty quick. All right. Jackie Joe. Jackie Joe. What do we need to know, Jackie Joe? Okay, we got two. We got flexible and serendipity. Okay, things are happening as they're supposed to, Jackie Joe, right now. Serendipity is all about beautiful things happening in divine timing, the way that they're meant to happen. When things are meant to happen, they're going to happen the way they're meant to happen. But you need to be flexible in order to let it come into you. So it's really time to kind of release a little bit, to kind of let go of the reins, surrender to spirit, and let things happen as they're meant to. Having flexible with serendipity really tells me that it's up to you whether or not things happen for you, if you're willing to surrender and kind of give up control and the reins and let it come in the way that the universe wants to bring it to you. It might not be the exact way that you want it, okay? So it is time to have a little flexibility in allowing things to come to you. Is what I'm getting for you, Jackie Joe. All right. Who is next here? Lynn is next. Let's do Lynn F. Lynn F. Card for Lynn F. Let me clear the energy a little. Card for Lynn F. Lynn F. Okay. Truth be told, and it came out sideways. I feel like I'm going to put it up right so I can look at it, but I feel like there's a reason it came out so sideways. I want to look up, I don't usually look up the definitions, but I feel like there's something in there. Number 14. I don't like it when people look up the definitions too much. They're really meant to be taken intuitively as far as I'm concerned. But sometimes I look at the book. Okay. Honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication, openness. I feel like there's something, when this came out sideways, I feel like there's something you're not seeing the way that it really is at face value. I think with the owl, it's an owl here too. So the owl is always about learning and wisdom. There's something you've learned on your personal journey here that you're not taking at face value. You feel isn't clear. I feel, okay. I want to get another card on this just because I'm feeling these. Hold on one second. I want to see why. But I feel like there's a lesson that you've learned on your journey. It's a lesson that you've learned on your journey. And you've only learned it kind of part way. Calm after the storm. Peace, stillness, rest, breathing room. Okay, I gotta stop. I think you came to the place, Lynn, where you were calm. I feel like you learned a lesson, you came to a calmer place, you stepped into your power, you started to manifest, and then I think it went a little sideways. It went a little sideways. I think that you're not believing your power. You've gained a lot of wisdom in this journey so far, and I feel like you started to really believe and then it went sideways. Believe in yourself and your power. You started to get to a calmer place and to manifest. And then it maybe it didn't happen fast enough. And maybe you're doubting the truth of your own power, is what I feel. You need to understand how powerful you are. You have all the tools you need to manifest, to bring things to life, but it doesn't happen on your timing. It happens in the timing that it's meant to happen. So manifesting hard doesn't speed up divine timing, and all divine timing is when it's best, right? When it's best to happen. Now, if you're trying to manifest your person in, your twin flame in, everything needs to be baked. You don't want to make a half-baked cake and eat it half-baked, right? You don't want your relationship half-baked. You don't want your, maybe you don't want a relationship with this person, I don't know. But bringing this person back into you, they have to be ready. You have to be ready in the right ways, or it's not going to work. So manifesting them in, doing all the right things, keep doing it. Because if you give up, it may not happen for you. Just trust in the process, trust in spirit to have your back, the universe to have your back. Don't let it go sideways on you, okay? You've learned a lot here. Trust what you've learned. Trust your own wisdom. It's real. I'm hearing that you think it maybe sometimes it's just not real. Your power is quite real. Okay. All right. Odette. Odette O. What do we have for Odette? Let's clear the energy a little bit. Odette. What do we have for Odette? I want a different deck for Odette. I want the Queen of the Moon Oracle. For some reason, what do we need to know for Odette? What do we need to know for Odette? Odette. Odette. One card, please, for Odette. Action, and it's in reverse. I usually take these in reverse, but when I'm taking one, I'm gonna pay attention to how it came out. Action. Hold on, 1 second. Just gonna get a clarifier. Not taking action. No action. No action. What am I hearing? Ending completion. Time for a new path. Odette, I feel like there's a new road for you here. And I feel like you're not going down it. You've completed some kind of cycle in your life, and it's time to move on. And I think only you know what this is. I think you know what this is. There is a new path available to you, and you are not taking action. But I want you to see this card. Look at how beautiful this person is. Look how free, and look at them using their magic. Really in their power and the beauty that surrounds that. That could be you if you decide to take this new path. It's time to let go of the old cycle. It's over. This old cycle is over. It's time for you to give yourself the freedom to go down a new path here. Surrender, yeah. You just surrender to spirit. You need to surrender to this new journey, this new path. It's time. And, you know, with discernment here, and you're not following your intuition. It's in reverse. You got to listen to your intuition here. I feel like it's time for you to take some action. All right. Let's see if we have anyone else. I hope, Odette, that helps you. I feel like you know what this is, even if you're a little confused at first. I think it's going to click in your mind. If it didn't click immediately, let yourself think about it for a little bit, because it will click. And you'll realize, okay, yes. This is just clarification that it's safe to go down this new path, and it's time. Holly, L. Let's get, what deck do I want for Holly? Okay, I'm seeing the 7 energies. Holly L. Oh, okay. That flew out. Let it go. There's something you need to let go of. Something you need to let go of. Pulling the strings. It's like you're still tethered by a string to something that is over. It is what it is. Okay, and that's in reverse. So it is what it is like one of my very least favorite sayings on the planet. I just don't like it. It's very apathetic, and apathy is like my biggest pet peeve. It's like not caring about anything. It came out in reverse. And I'm not seeing this phrase in the traditional sense, in that apathetic sense, actually. I'm hearing you're not seeing this for what it is. There's a cycle that's ended in your life, and it's time to let something go. It's something you kept close to your heart. But you got to move forward now. You got to see it for what it is. You're not seeing it for what it is. The land between. You're in limbo. You are quite in limbo, Holly. I feel like I feel like you need to step into the new and let go of the old here. See things for what they are. I feel like you're in this in-between place that's not healthy. You've got to, you're going to be stuck on this little island of wherever you are right now until you choose a path. You got to choose a direction. And I don't see either direction being bad. I just see you needing to move. Don't just stay in your cocoon. Time to go out and experience the world a little bit more. Don't keep yourself in a bubble is what I'm kind of trying to say. Okay. All right, that was the end of the individual cards. Feel free to ask for another one next time. You can ask for one on every single reading, and I'm so happy to do that for you guys. I love connecting with you one-on-one. Don't feel greedy asking every time. Just ask away if you want to have one. I love you guys. Please hit the like for me. I really appreciate that. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time.